Oh, hi there, Team Ozone. So you're probably wondering, where's my episode of Vote White 2, you scrub? Well, no, not today. This time it's a battle, because I've had this thing on my desktop for, like, the longest time. And the thing is, this is the team I was going to use at PAX East 2013. But when I got there, and I probably should have looked at the schedule beforehand, but still, when I got there, I was like, oh, hey, there's no Pokemon tournaments listed. Why is that? So I made a team, which was going to be used at PAX, which actually... I had two teams. The first team was a Hail team, which I used at my live stream, and this is just another team, so, yeah, this is an OU battle, and, let's just get into it. By the way, this was, like, from a while ago, so if anything is banned that is, like, banned now, but wasn't back then, you now know why, because it's an old battle, so, on to the battle. Alright, so neither team really has a theme here. I usually go with Hail, but whatever. So I send out Cresselia, my opponent sends out Snorlax, which is a shit matchup for me. I go for Focus Blast, which misses. It goes for Whirlwind, which changes me out to Flygon. I go for Earthquake, and then my opponent goes for Ice Bomb. Oh, Body Slam. That does a good amount of damage. Get some HP back from his leftovers, and then I go for another Earthquake, because I'm thinking I can't really switch out to anything. Everything on my team is pretty fragile, except for Registeel. Goes for another Body Slam. Still no paralysis. He sends out his own Flygon. I go for Earthquake. He's immune to it because he's got the Levitate ability. Next Pokemon is Arcanine. I get that Intimidate off, so his attack won't be as powerful. He's obviously not going to go for Earthquake because I had Levitate on my Flygon. He goes for Fire Punch, thinking I would switch on over to Registeel, who could take an Earthquake or something like that. And so then he switches out after using that, sends out Nidoking. I go for Extreme Speed. Then I switch on over to Cresselia, and then he goes for Stealth Rock, which is bad. I take an Earthquake, but I got Levitate, so I took it really easy. Then he switches in with Snorlax. I go for Psychic, which doesn't do much since Snorlax is like Blissey, but also physically bulky, and not especially bulky, but it's still pretty bulky. He goes for Rest, and he has a Chesto Berry, I'm assuming. I switch on over to Arcanine. I go for Focus Blast. I apparently, oh my god, this isn't Arcanine. This is Zoroark, and he doesn't realize it yet, and he's still sleeping. I'm not sure why he doesn't have a Chesto Berry. That's really dumb. He's got that leftovers. So I go for another Focus Blast, which does decent damage against the Machamp, because he's figured out this is my Zoroark, and this is not anything else. I still got all my Reflect wore off. Whatever. I go on out to Cresselia, because I figure my opponent's not going to really hit me with anything that I'm weak to. Goes for Dynamic Punch, gets that gets that confusion off of me. I'm like, shit, now I can't actually do my thing. So I'm confused and I hurt myself. Gosh darn it. Leftovers heal me a little bit. He gets his substitute off, which is the worst thing to have when you're facing a Machamp behind a substitute, because he can do decent damage even if you're resistant of his Dynamic Punch. So it goes for Stone Edge, gets the critical hit. Confusion ends for me though. And then I set up my Reflect because I figure he can't really hurt me too much. I mean, he doesn't seem to have like payback, which he probably should have. He's got Thunder Punch though. Doesn't do crap for damage, especially after my Reflect. I go for Psychic, it's super effective. His special defense is dropped, so I go for more damage. Goes for Stone Edge. Again, no real damage except for the fact that it did more than Thunder Punch. He goes to his own Arcanine, which is really weird. I didn't even know he had an Arcanine until now. I go hit it with a Psychic. It doesn't do too much, and I'm switching out thinking it's got Crunch, so I'm going to switch in with my Arcanine, which has Intimidate. And so he goes for Crunch, which I was right about, and the Reflect really does help with the damage being reduced, plus the Intimidate kind of helped. He goes for Extreme Speed because he figures he can't do crap to me at this point. I go for Close Combat. Bad choice, should have gone for Earthquake, but I was thinking he would switch on over to Flygon. So my defenses are down and my Reflect is gone, but I'm going to go for Extreme Speed, and he knows it, so he switches on over to Flygon, the ground dragon that has Levitate. I switch on over to my Flygon. Now it's a speed test. Mine's not faster, and he went for Earthquake. Oh, he was going to go for Earthquake, but then I switched out during the turn. Sorry. Then he switches out because he knows the Dragon Claw is coming, and I'm apparently faster, or he thinks I'm faster. So Dragon Claw the Snorlax twice, and then it wakes up and goes for Sleep Talk, which... No, he didn't wake up. He just went for Sleep Talk, which got me with a Body Slam. I didn't know he had that. So I switched on over to Cresselia. I'm going to go for Focus Blast, which is not a Cresselia, it's a Zoroark. Ah, Mind Slave. So he sends out his Bug-type Escavalier, which is a Steel Bug. I switch on over to Arcanine. I don't even know if I can take a Mega Horn at this point, but oh, dang it. That's why, thankfully, I got the Intimidate off. So now let's see how I deal with this. Send out Cresselia, I hope. Oh, no, gotcha with Zoroark. Oh, yeah, suck it. I love Zoroark in this battle. It's just total mind effery with everybody. So then I switch on over to Registeel because I figure I should probably take that Dragon, or Outrage. And now he's locked into Outrage, which doesn't do too much. It's doing like a quarter of my HP, so I'm going to go for Ice Punch. Super effective ×4. I have no idea what my IVs or nature is, but I just know that I'm going to hit really hard. Oh, its name is UU is F because this is a not UU battle. Wait, is this underused? I think this might be underused or overused. I don't even know the tiers. I just know this is a battle, which I thought was overused. I don't... No, this has to be overused because Machamp can't be underused, can he? No. This is underused because obviously Cresselia can't be overused. Okay. Ah, wow. I should have fixed that earlier. Crap. I just missed a whole lot of what just happened. Basically, I broke his substitute because I'm faster. He's switching on over to his Nidoking, which has Flamethrower, which does... Oh, Fire Blast, which does a crap ton of damage because obviously everyone's running Sheer Force Nidoking with Life Orb. So I switch on over with my Zoroark and go for Dark Pulse, which he gets stabbed, so I'm going to hope it KOs. And Dark Pulse again because he doesn't know that my Zoroark is Choice Scarf. Oh, ho, ho. And then I got to switch out or not. It's resisted. He hits me with Dynamic Punch. Zoroark is finally defeated. It sucks I still have two other Pokemon that can switch in, and one of them being a poison type can take his stab attack. So he's going to go for nothing because I'm faster. I got Earth's power, and I think I'm Choice Scarfed as well. So that about wraps it up for today. That was a battle which I just realized was really awesome and epic because I just Zoroarked the guy like 3 or 4 times, and that was hilarious. I can totally see why I saved this thing. Anyways, that's that. I'm not going to really say, if you like more battles, leave a like and I'll have more battles. I really just battle whenever I feel bored. And, yeah. Do leave a like, though, because I like those. Also, I don't know, this was UU overused. I don't know. I just like using Zoroark. It was so fun! My opponent, I must have been, like, troll face to the max, because my opponent did not see them Zoroarks. So good. Like, usually when you see Zoroark, you don't really expect it, because it's fragile. But I worked it in somehow, apparently. I wanted to see how far I could stretch my vocal cords.